Tim, welcome to our channel, and thanks for logging on. Today, we're discussing the Breitling Aerospace EVO. You can see this multifunction Superquartz 43mm titanium all-around sporting timepiece on our website. Subscribe to our YouTube channel if you enjoy these videos, and please click on the card in the upper right-hand corner of the screen at any time during this video to see our full sales listing for this watch, with additional accessories included in the sale, high-resolution images for your desktop, and naturally, complete pricing details for this sporting all-arounder. Now, the reason I call it an all-arounder is, despite being designed with pilots in mind, nevertheless, it has certain features that make it acceptable for diving, for trackside enthusiasm at races, track and field timing, almost anything you have in mind, including swimming. This is a timepiece for the sportsman who wants maximum functionality for money. And when people ask me, what is the best sports watch for the money? Inevitably, I come back to a version of the Breitling Aerospace. It's that good. And once you understand its nuances, its function, and its capability, I think you're going to show at least respect, if not love, for this reference. Let's talk about the fit, because fit comes first. 43mm across the round of the case, the 2013 to present Aerospace EVO is one of the largest iterations yet, but it wears compact. The 43 doesn't include the crown or crown guards, but it is slim, just under 11mm thick. This is an easy watch to fit underneath any tight sleeve or dress cuff, and with its gorgeous mariner blue dial and subdued satin titanium finish, it does have the upscale look to match smart casual or formal attire. Now, from lug to lug, it's 52mm, and it wears a compact 52. As you can see, there are two features that make it wear well on a smaller wrist. I believe you could wear this watch down to a wrist as small as 13.5 centimeters with security and comfort. First, the lugs taper down rather dramatically. They arc around the wrist. They will work with you. So rather than flaring out and appearing awkward, they blend down, melt away, sloping down and following your wrist curvature. Moreover, the bracelet, which is gorgeous, corresponding professional style satin titanium, can be pulled directly down. It doesn't want to flare out and fight you. It goes right down around a smaller wrist. And if your wrist is large, this one's up to the task as well. Now, it features a secure single fold deployant with a clamshell closure. Once it's closed, it stays that way, beautifully made. Light on the wrist. Everything about this watch inspires confidence. A lot of lightweight watches leave you feeling somewhat reserved, frankly, to wear them with abandon. Not this one. It manages to pair lightweight with impressive build quality and solidity. And that's just the feel of the watch. The function is even better. As you can see, unidirectional rotating bezel, so if you do want to align the bezel with the minutes hand and start a conventional analog dive style timing, you can do that, but you can also use the watch's chronograph capability. Now, the dial is conventionally loomed with superluminova. There is also a backlight feature, and you can activate that by slowly turning the crown. Let me see if I can activate the backlight for you. There it is. It's actually difficult to, I can see it, it's tough to see on camera. Maybe I'll turn the light off in a moment and do a loom shot. But for now, one of the features you can see is that you can essentially choose whether you want just analog with digital, and you can turn the crown forward or backwards to cycle between the functions. When you push the crown down, you activate the minute repeater function, so if you can't see your watch, you can still hear it. Alright, I think we're done there. Moving on to other functions of the watch, you can get best battery life from simply leaving the analog display up and using the digital displays and backlight only when you need them, but we can cycle through them to see what they are. Now, there's an alarm which you can set for a specific time. This is an alarm that essentially counts to a time of day and then sounds, like 5 a.m. Now, separately, there's a chronograph with exceptional resolution. And yes, it is a mono pusher, for good measure. Now, I mentioned that there's a conventional alarm. There's also a countdown alarm, which I'll demonstrate in a moment. But first, I want to show you the second time zone. Now, the second time zone allows you to cycle between different displays. You can have it in conventional 12-hour format with AM/PM notation, or if you're military or you're on 24-hour time formats, you can get it in the 24-hour format simply by depressing the crown. By pulling the crown out, you engage its setting function. By pushing down, you cycle through modes within a function, and by turning the crown, you switch between functions. Now, I mentioned the alarm that activates at a time of day. This is the countdown alarm. So you can set it for 5 minutes, you can set it for 10 minutes, you can set it for 31 minutes and 47 seconds. It has that functionality. So in a sense, you can have 2 separate alarms running at the same time. The watch also features a 4-year calendar. Like the Breitling 1461, you correct it only once during the leap year. Otherwise, it is a complete calendar with the day, the date, and the month. And yes, it is multilingual. You can go into a setting mode and select yours. Now here you can see that there is a digital seconds readout. If you prefer to have hours and minutes at center and then digital seconds accessible, also tells you the month. And we return to the digital setting for the digital and analog time display. Now I'm going to try to get the backlight going so you guys can see what this looks like, because I really feel like that's the last piece of the watch you need to see to really be taken by it. Plus, it has a secondary NVG compatible mode for those of you using night vision goggles. As you can see, the watch does feature conventional luminova, and the backlight absolutely blasts once you turn the lights off. This is a fun watch to wear and a fun watch to play with. Between the lume, the backlight, and the minute repeater, I'm confident that this is a watch that speaks for itself. Let there be light. And again, with 100-meter water resistance, it's not confined to aviators and armchair aviators. This is a watch that can get wet and wild. It is a thermocompensated superquartz, which means it has exceptional timing stability in a broad range of temperatures that's not universal in quartz calibers, even in the luxury segment. Moreover, it is a COSC certified Swiss chronometer, which is extraordinary given that almost all quartz calibers built globally are not chronometers, and chronometer certification, already rare, relatively speaking, for mechanical watches, is exceptionally scarce for quartz calibers, yet Breitling certifies all of its quartz calibers as chronometers. It features a 3 to 4 year battery life, 2 years if you really ride the alarms, the digital displays, and the backlight, and there is an end-of-life indicator so you know when the watch is getting to the short end of its power reserve. Again, the handsome combination of beautiful brushed titanium and mariner blue should speak to whatever remaining reservations you have and assuage them. This is a beautifully rendered, modern, quartz luxury watch, and yes, the two do go hand in hand. The best sports watch for the money. You can see it and learn its inexorable logic on our website.